Hi guys, welcome to the Diving Pod. My name is Sheila.
My name is Lydia.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing, liking, commenting on our posts. You guys have been amazing.
Thank you.
Today is actually the last shoot for the year. How great is that? We have been so consistent and thank you guys for following us and just being there for us week after week. As you all know, we drop our videos every Friday. 3 p.m. Australian time. And thank you for being here. So
today we are going to be talking about the concept of seasons. I feel like this is something that we've always wanted to talk about. We didn't know how we would put it out there, so we're going to talk about this. So let's dive right in.
So Lydia, what's your understanding about concept of seasons?
So my understanding about the concept of seasons is, I think we should first begin by saying we have to kind of accept that in life we go through seasons, and a season has a beginning and an end. It's not something that, it is not one season throughout life, right? So since a season has a beginning and an end, we have to accept that there's a beginning of a season and an end of a season and a beginning of a new one, right? So I think for me, it's just understanding that, change is constant. Like you're always changing and the people around you are changing too. And in that way, you'll go through different seasons in your life, right? So that is pretty much the concept of seasons for me.
It is, I think, like you said, it's so important to just realize that, to actually, like Lydia said, first of all, realize there's a season to everything. There's time for everything.
Exactly.
But also, most importantly, I feel like it's important to realize what kind of season you're in and what is meant to happen in that season. What are you supposed to take away from that season? How are you supposed to navigate that season? And then move to another one.
Exactly.
Personally, I feel like one thing I've realized this year is that I just was not in touch with the season that I was in myself. I mean, and I say this because I still kind of struggle, especially with the economy changing, life situations. Everything's becoming really expensive for everyone. Everybody has to work more than before. Our moms used to just stay home and our dads could provide and it was all right. And at the moment, it's like almost like one paycheck is just not enough. I'll just give an example. For instance, I have a 2-year-old daughter, and I still work. I work and my partner works as well. But, sometimes I just pause and I think to myself, I feel like this is just, I just feel like she's young and it's actually my season to nurture her and just be there for her, because I feel like sometimes I'm working too much and I'm kind of like not playing my mother role enough, if that makes sense.
I see what you mean,
And that's how I came about with, Lydia and I talked about this topic. We were just kind of debriefing among ourselves. And we were like, I think a lot of people don't realize that. And the young generation especially, we are trapped in the competition so much that we are missing out on where we are at personally.
Exactly.
Like, for instance, everybody wants to live a life like someone who's already worked and they are retiring.
I know.
But you're in your 20s, bro.
Exactly.
Like you're supposed to be working.
I know.
Growing your career, like
making your mistakes, swimming in them. Coming out on the other side,
And people are just like, because you don't have an understanding of your season. You kind of are living in a different one when actually you're, in one specific one. So I think understanding that concept and where you're at personally will help you. It will just help you focus. It will help you actually achieve things in that season. Like the example I gave about my daughter, like if I'm not cautious enough to realize like the season I'm in, which is really, nurturing my baby and like most importantly, I'm not saying you can't be a career woman and be a mother at the same time. I'm just saying whatever is important to you, and personally I feel like like just raising my daughter is more important to me than anything else. And making sure, like I'm just being there. She's at a stage where I need to teach her things. I'm there to teach her, you know what I mean? So if you understand that, I feel like you will be able to actually achieve more in that season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you're working, don't give me that face.
I like that. I'm like, wow, yes, yeah.
Like, if think about it. If I decide I'm not going to pay attention to which season I'm in personally, and I'm running around working a lot and ignoring my daughter or focusing on other things and not paying attention to my daughter, you know, then at the end of the day, you know, there's mom guilt. You're at work, but really you're not being productive because you're having these thoughts of, oh, I should be with my baby, you know?
Exactly.
Or your daughter is actually missing out on so much, you know, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's, you know, they say work-life balance is an illusion, but I think when you have this, you have an understanding of your concept of seasons, then you'll be able to make the right choices.
Right.
Without feeling some type of way.
Exactly.
Without looking outside what other people are doing. What do you think?
I actually second what you're saying. I feel like most mothers will actually relate to what you're saying.
Yeah.
I feel like someone like Tori, you know, like you just want to be there with her 24/7. You know, you just want to be there all day, every day. I'm not her mom, but I just want to be there, guys. Like, I just want to be there. But the fact that you understand the season that you're in is what is helping you navigate this season that you're in at the moment, right?
Yep.
You're really trying to balance. And the fact that you are accepting of the season, the fact that you're accepting that it is hard and it might be a season that is very difficult, you somehow kind of know how to balance.
Yes.
Maybe the fact that there are some people who don't accept, you know?
Yeah.
And in that way, for example, if you didn't accept that, oh, I'm supposed to be taking care of Tori and probably not working, you will not progress in your career in any way.
Yeah.
You will not, yes, Tori will have had everything, you know, should have mommy, but at the same time, mommy will be losing in a way. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And in that point, Lydia, I feel like something has to give.
Something has to give.
Something has to give.
That's it.
In your season, in whatever season you're in.
Exactly.
Let me tell you, I'm so glad you brought that up about one side kind of falling, you know, while the other one is flourishing.
The balance.
The balance.
Hey, no balance. This
when I was in uni, when I came to Australia, I came with a few friends, you know, and I just, you know, it's hard to, when you're talking about yourself, to say nice things about yourself. Do you find that hard?
No, just say nice things, sis. Don't worry.
Like, I really stayed focused, okay? I can proudly say, like, I really focused on my uni, like what brought me to Australia, for instance. So I went to uni, I studied, I went to work. Like, I just focused. I didn't allow anything else to kind of, kind of just derail me or anything like that. And when you say that, I was missing out. Even until today, sometimes I think I didn't enjoy life. You know, like sometimes I feel that way, you know? Like I didn't party like my you know, my peers at the time. You know what I mean? Like I didn't travel like I should have, you know? But I think looking back now, I think I understood the season I was in, and that is why I was able to stay focused and actually achieve what I achieved.
Right.
But if I didn't, maybe I would not have finished uni, I would have traveled, but then, you know, like what was more important than what? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So something has to give. You just have to remember that. Whatever you do, you have to sacrifice something and prioritize, you know, like just what's important to you is the question really.
Exactly. Exactly. I think that even brings us to the point of what are the challenges of not accepting the season that you're in, or the challenges of not knowing what season that you're in, like you said. And so that brings us to the like the challenges of not accepting the season that you're in, right? It is a challenge to, I think the first challenge that I can think of is actually sacrificing. Because I feel like when you're in a season, like for example, if you're in uni, your friends are going out, right? Your friends are having the time of their lives. They are traveling, right? They are living their lives. And maybe you're the only one who is working and going to uni. You are probably driving a Lamborghini. Yes, a Lamborghini, right?
Guys,
to go wherever. And yet your friends are living a good life. But the fact that you are actually sacrificing your time and your effort to work hard and go to uni, right? And because you have priorities, right? The priorities that you've set, that is a challenge. You know that people who don't even know how to prioritize their lives.
It's
that
sad.
in itself,
it's sad.
is a challenge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It is, yeah.
So, guys, please prioritize.
For those who are wondering,
and sacrifice.
Lamborghini was my first car in Australia, and bro, it was I named it a Lamborghini because it was an old car. It was blue, but the paint was all gone. I don't even know whether it was white.
Where?
And I bought it for $500. But bro, just by giving it a big name, that car served me for 4 years.
I know.
Don't play with me.
You just might own a Lamborghini one day.
I meant to that.
Hey.
Oh dear.
We are manifesting.
Yeah, but like you said, the challenges of being in a, like the most importantly, the big challenge is actually realizing what season you're in.
Exactly.
You know, because if you don't know what season you're in, honey, you're just gonna be everywhere.
Like a headless chicken. Guys, have you seen a headless chicken run? It hits everything, keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. Listen, know your season.
Yeah.
Know your season. Know where you're supposed to be, what you should be. Another thing you need to do is plan. Plan for that season.
100%. 100%.
Anyway, before that.
No, not before that. If you don't plan for your season, like you're planning to fail. They say if you don't plan, if you don't plan, you're planning to fail.
Exactly.
If you plan for your season, it actually gives you a mind space. Like you can prepare your psychologically that you know this season is coming. You know, next season I'm gonna be traveling, so I need to work and save money.
Exactly.
Simple as that. You know, it could be something fun. Like next season I'm gonna go to this concert. You know, Renaissance or whatever. I need $400 for my ticket. So what do? You work extra, right? Isn't that what everybody does?
Exactly.
It is exactly the same with life in general and making big decisions and big changes in your life. If you realize that I'm like, you know, for instance, personally, I was finishing uni. I started preparing for applying for my permanent residency. You know, like I started like, you know, doing English and all that requirements that are needed, so that by the time I'm finishing, I have everything I need. So because I planned, you just succeed. You know what I mean? Another biggest challenge with understanding with the concept of seasons is influence. Ooh. Hey, guys,
in capital,
outside
bold,
noise,
underlined, influence.
Dada.
People,
let me tell you something. Hey, like everybody can, anyone and nobody is immune to influence if there's anything like that. And sometimes you get influenced without even realizing.
Exactly.
You can just see someone do something and you think, oh, maybe I should be doing that.
That's it. They don't even have to say anything to you.
They could even post on Instagram they're traveling. You are saving and planning or buying something, property, investment, whatever. And someone is traveling and you go and take all your money now and start traveling. Because influence.
I know.
Outside noise, you know? You have to really shut. When you're planning about your next season, or when you're sitting down to actually, like all of you are probably going to do it now, is sit down and plan for next year.
Exactly.
You have to shut the world out. You really have to think inwards. Like you have to look inwards and think, what is the best thing for me? What is the best thing for your family? I mean, that's just personally. I don't know whatever you prioritize. If you want to travel, if you want to party the whole of next year, if that's your dream, whatever, you know, the most important thing is just making sure it's what you want for yourself and not what people are doing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Don't do things, you know, my partner once sent me a post of someone who bought a car just for the influence, and then the for the influence and for the publicity, and then after like a few weeks, everyone forgot you bought a new car, and guess who has to pay the finance?
Well,
you know what I mean? Like you just have to be smart in your decisions about the seasons.
Exactly.
And influence, man. Hey.
Another one is comfort. Comfort zones are your biggest
speak to me directly
enemy. In fact, I think a good example that I would give is, let me just speak to the students for a bit here.
Okay.
Those students that come here, you know how you need to move from a certificate to a diploma to a bachelor's, from a bachelor's to a master's, whatever.
Yeah.
Those people who are always on the certificate area, okay? They are just being certified. You are just getting certificates because that is a comfort zone for you. Because you know, certificates are cheaper, they are easier. You know, it's a comfort zone. You don't grow.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe the growth that you just had is like just getting the certificate. But from there, you're getting this like different certificates of different things.
Yeah.
And you need to be moving.
Not growing.
You're not realizing that is the end of that season. that you need to move to a different season. And your new season should be like a diploma or like a bachelor's, you know? Comfort zone. Right.
I struggle with being on my comfort zone, but I think this year I have been so good at moving from, you know, being comfortable and, you know, like some of them, some bad things have had to happen to kind of snap me from, I should have another say, you know, whatever, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's a challenge. Yeah, I still struggle with, but Lydia keeps pushing, which is a good thing.
Another comfort zone that I think people should realize, and it's a good example, is healthy living, people. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's just speak about that for a sec.
Okay.
It is a struggle. It is a very big challenge to realize that maybe you're in a season where you are like, you know what, I can eat whatever. I can just live the way I want to live. I really don't care. But you need to realize that the body that you have is the only body you have. You know what I mean? So if you take care of yourself and you eat healthy and you focus on making yourself better, right?
Yeah.
Realize that that season is almost here. And when you're in that season, please get out of the comfort zone, right?
Yeah.
Get out of there. Nikupate na Coca-Cola.
Now we're never gonna get sponsored by Coca-Cola, you chicken. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. I think comfort zone is really a big one. Like people just moving from one season to another. Another challenge or another thing that I think is a big challenge when it comes to the concept of seasons is fear of change, which is kind of similar with comfort zone. You know, like people don't want to hear it, bro. Like I've had people who I'm like, why are you doing these days? There's an easier, better paying job. Like you can still have time for family, etc., etc. And these people are like, okay, yeah, I'll look into it. But nah. 3 years down the line, they're still in that hard, less paying job.
Exactly.
And I'm like, just, you know, like I'm literally almost going there to apply for them and give or ask for the job on their behalf because I know what they're missing out on. But it happens to all of us.
Exactly.
Nobody wants to start learning the new staff members or whatever, like depending on where you work. I think it's a big challenge, but everybody should move.
Exactly.
Move from your comfort zone and move from fear to action.
Exactly.
Isn't it?
So how do we navigate, you know, the concept of seasons? How do you navigate it?
I think number one, just surround yourself. Like number one, understand the season you're in before anything. Once you understand the season you're in, surround yourself with people who have the same mindset, you know, people whose values align with yours, so that you're able to discuss and like get support. You know, like, you know, if I go to Lydia and I'm like, you know what, I've been thinking I want to do A, B, C, D, and she goes, tell me more, you know, and then she goes, I think it's a really good idea, you know, like how can I support you in this area, you know, or Mama Minion, have you done this? You told me last week you want to do this week. Umefanya? And they'll be like, she's like, let's go sit down and do it together. Like, you know, you need just that kind of support.
Yes.
If you don't have that, it's going to be so hard. Like, you know, some people can actually hack it by themselves and some people thrive alone. Yeah. But I think having a group of people to support you in life, in anything, I feel like is really good.
Exactly.
Yeah. What
and
else?
Also preparation.
Yeah.
Preparation is key.
Like we said.
People say it all the time, but yeah, it's actually true.
Yeah.
Preparation is key. Preparing for the season that you're about to go.
It will actually make things easier.
Exactly. Yeah. When you know what season you're going into, you're like, maybe this season that I'm going into, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. So that means I have to save extra because I'll not be working as much. I'll be putting more work into my craft and into my thing. So I need to save extra and, you know, kind of check on my expenditure. So yeah, preparation is key.
I think preparation is important. Preparation will actually make you realize that at a single move, you know, like, it's not even that hard, you know. But if you don't prepare, you will panic, like everything else. If you don't prepare, you will panic and you'll be like, oh my God, I wanted to look for a new job, but because I haven't even updated my resume, I haven't even looked at what they need, and then you just panic. You think, no, I'll just stay in this job of mine. At least imezoea.
I know.
It's a
good example
thing.
Actually of preparation that I would like to use. There's this friend of mine who was going into placement for uni and he was doing like masters, and he had to work for like 1,000 hours, and that means he could not go to work.
Oh my God!
Do you know this guy actually just saved up for the whole year, didn't go to work,
So didn't go to work while in the basement?
Was just going to play.
How good is that?
Preparation, people.
I need to be him when I grow up.
I know.
Yeah,
that is
amazing.
so good.
Yeah. I think that another thing that we need to talk about is how change is constant.
Yeah.
When you're in your season, whatever season you're in, guys, when we talk about this, it could be a season of moving from, like being in a courting, you're courting someone, now you're moving to marriage.
Man.
Could be like, you're moving from one job to another.
Yeah.
It could be a season where you want to be healthy, like she said. You want to go to the gym, you want to hire a trainer, you want to eat healthy. Could be a season where you just want to travel and have fun, Whatever season, just realize that change is constant. And when you have that in your mind, you'll realize that if the season you're in is a very difficult season, because let's talk about it. When not all seasons are fun. Not all seasons are just plain, like, uni, work. Some seasons are really challenging
and complicated,
and complicated, and you actually think, why is my life this way? You could be grieving, and you're just in that moment, or going through a heartbreak. When you understand where you're at, you can be able to equip yourself with the tools that you require to actually go through that season.
Exactly.
So the most important thing is actually realizing what season you're in, accepting that season. Surrounding yourself with the people that are supportive of you, that can support you, and realizing that change is constant.
So guys. We are so grateful that you watched that episode, and I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you have learned a thing or two. We know that seasons they constantly change, and it's not easy. But guys,
we are here for you. If you ever need any form of help, just reach out to us on our Instagram,
DM us.
Or comment on our YouTube page, and if we know how to help you, we will help you. If we don't know, we will try and find help.
Exactly.
So take care of yourself.
Bye.
We love you guys.